Hello and welcome to episode number 16 of the PT Central podcast, Gettin Real with Jazz and Nic. So today we are talking about nutrition and we are covering what nutrition guidelines can you give to your clients as a personal trainer. It's a very grey area and I think a lot of times we're confused about, well, what can we give? Well, we know that we can't give specific guidelines, we can't write down this and that, because we're only Cert 3 and 4 trained in fitness as a personal trainer. Unless you've gone on to do more qualifications, nutrition or become a dietitian, then you can give more, of course. But as a personal trainer, it's very basic and limited. So we were like, let's haze out this grey area and get straight down the line of what actually can you give out as a personal trainer. And this is what we found.
So the Australian government dietary guidelines include eating a wide variety of the five food groups, so fruits, vegetables, carbohydrates, proteins and dairy. The majority that the government says eat most, of course, is the carbohydrate and the vegetable groups, and it says to eat moderately or less of proteins, dairies and fruits. So
Yep. And then to eat least, you want to minimise your added salt, added sugar and your saturated fats, and you also want to drink lots of water. They also had some other guidelines there. I'm just going to flick back to the document so I know I get exactly the right ones. So guideline number 1 here, written from the online version that I found of the dietary guidelines, so you'd be able to just Google it. I just Googled it. To achieve and maintain a healthy weight, be physically active and choose amounts of nutritious food and drinks to meet your energy needs. Basically, they're wanting you to have efficient, nutritious foods to grow and be strong. Guideline number 2 is what?
enjoy
Jazz?
a variety of nutritious foods from the 5 food groups every day.
Yep, every day.
Every day.
And then number 3 is the one about limiting the saturated fat, added salt and added sugar and alcohol.
Of course. Guideline 4 is encourage, support and promote breastfeeding.
Yeah, it's an interesting one they put up in there. It's good. And number 5 is care for your food, prepare and store it safely. Of course, we do not want anyone, getting sick from not preparing food properly.
That's right.
Now, I mean, everyone has their own way of healthy eating and their own diets. Not everyone agrees with the government guidelines, but of course they're prepared by people that do know their stuff. They're trained professionals. So we definitely got to take that on board, and we can only give that out. You can choose yourself to eat differently. For myself, I know I prefer, with my training and everything, to help my muscle growth, I much prefer to have more protein, and then because I want to lean down, I don't eat as many carbs as that would recommend. I eat a lot of vegetables, and I guess I get a lot of my carbs from sweet potato and pumpkins and stuff like that. But definitely agree with the limiting the added sugar. What about yourself?
Yeah, for me, I definitely have like a very limited amount of sugar in my eating. I limit my carbs, but like when I do eat them, they're from whole foods, like Nicole said. So sweet potato, I'll eat potato, brown rice and oats on occasion, not very often, but more protein. I think probably too bit much protein at the moment, but another interesting fact about it is that a lot of people do go on and try and study, an extra nutrition course or something like that, and they spend thousands of dollars studying the nutrition course, and at the end of the day it still doesn't give them any more ability to provide nutritional advice or diets or healthy eating plans or anything like that, because they're not a dietitian or a nutritionist. Then you end up spending thousands of dollars on these courses, and at the end of the day you're kind of in the same position that you were already in. On the flip side of that, you get told through these courses how to write meal plans according to the healthy eating guidelines, which might not necessarily work for your clients because everyone's so individual. It turns out to be like pretty much a big waste of time, energy and money, like honestly doing those additional courses, unless they're university type nutrition courses or postgrad courses in nutrition. It's total complete waste of time and money, I think.
You've just got, always got to look at your certificate or your whatever you're doing, your qualification, and just see where it fits in with actually what it gives you to be able to teach and stuff like that.
Yeah, do your research, like contact like Nutrition Australia or the leading nutrition provider and see if you're going to be able to register with them, because if you can't register with them, it means you're going to be able to getting insurance very difficult, which means you probably aren't going to want to risk giving your clients a diet and then being sued if, like, something goes wrong because you don't have the correct qualifications. So it'd be a shame to see you go through all that effort and then find out you can't even get insurance.
Yeah, so I guess that's where we're coming from with that, so just always check. And also, we've also teamed up with a dietitian, Shannara, who was on a podcast about this time last week. She has been amazing and written us over heaps, I don't know how many, there's heaps and heaps of meal plans there, all different types, so all different, like high protein, low sugar, gluten-free, paleo. There's heaps and heaps of different diets, meal plans that she's written on there for you guys to actually use with your clients because they're dietitian approved. So head on to www.ptcentral.net.au to grab those, have a look at them. I'm sure they'll help you as well.
They're also sorted into calorie count, so you got 1200 to 1400, 1400 to 1800, 1800 plus of calories, so you can choose the right amount of calories for your client if you do use calories as a guideline for weight loss.
Great for portion control, I find.
Yeah,
and you've still got all the great nutrients in there too, so it's like a double whammy.
And there's some great recipes in there too, which Shannara has put together and uploaded for you guys to download for your that are part of the meal plans themselves. So yeah.
See you later.
Bye.